Hello and welcome to our third session, and in this session we are now going to work on refactoring this code, because the problem that we will face is, if you come to the main.js, see here we are loading our scene.gltf file using this loader.load in line number 18. As of now we are loading just one model and that is fine. However, if you want to load multiple models, then I have to create constant loader 1, constant loader 2, constant loader 3, like this. I have to create multiple GLTFLoader instances, which is going to affect both the performance and also it is not the right way to code. So what we are now going to do is, see in this entire loader function, the only thing that changes is the path. So we are now going to create a helper function, or it is nothing but a regular function, and the function that we are now going to create here is, that is above here outside this document add event listener, that is after line number 2. Here is where I am going to type my helper function, and I am going to call this helper function as loadGltf. I will keep GLTF capital, and this will be equal to the parameter that we are going to change here is path. This path parameter is what the user is going to enter when this helper function is called, and for this is a function, and I am going to open close flower brackets, and inside this open close flower bracket, this function is now going to return a new promise. In this promise, P is capital, and in open close bracket, the parameter of this promise is, inside this open close bracket, I will add one more open close bracket for the parameter. All promises will have two parameters. One is resolve and another is reject. When the promise is fulfilled, it is resolved. I am going to add equals greater than sign, and in open close flower brackets now, inside this flower bracket, here I am going to declare the constant loader, and I am going to make it equal to new GLTF loader. So from where is this GLTF loader coming? From this GLTF loader.js we have imported here in line number 1. So the same name I am going to add it here, open close bracket, and end it with semicolon. Instantiating this GLTF loader, then I am going to call this loader and I am going to ask it to load, and in open close parenthesis I am going to give it two parameters. The first parameter is the path, that is which we are going to declare here, and the second parameter in open close bracket will be the GLTF, and this I want it to be equal greater than sign. I will add it, and inside this now I will add one open close flower bracket, and then here inside this we want it should resolve this. I will type GLTF and close the bracket. I am going to add this resolve.gltf command, and I am going to end it with semicolon. This line also I will end it with semicolon. Flower bracket and regular bracket I will end it with semicolon. So now I have written now a helper function called as loadGltf, and the only parameter you have to give here is the path. Now our next part is, we are now going to come down here, and here now after this add anchor 0, I will give a line gap here, and I am going to now call a constant called GLTF, and this constant dot GLTF I am going to use the await command and I am going to call my helper function loadGltf. Whatever I had declared it here at the top. See this loadGltf, that I am going to call it here. And now the only parameter I have to give for this loadGltf is the path. I am going to select this entire path here in loader load. I am going to cut it from here and I am going to come inside this await and I am going to paste it. So I have instantiated this loadGltf and I have made it equal to a variable called GLTF, and then I will end this with semicolon. And after this, we are now going to actually take these commands, that is GLTF, scene, scale, what we have set. I am going to cut this and paste this below the line, and also this anchor group add GLTF scene also I will cut it and I am going to paste it below this. And finally, I am going to select this constant loader function, this entire function from line 30 to 34 here. This entire function, be careful when you are making this selection, this line indicates what is your selection is. So I have done this selection and now I will press delete. I will remove it off. I will go to file and save this. Now if I come to my site, okay, so it is asking the permission to open the webcam. So the webcam is opened and the scanning is taking place, and if I hold my A image, you can see the aircraft appearing. Okay, so the aircraft is appearing. So this is working fine. So it is going to move along with the aircraft. This is fine. Now here for your project and also for future applications, what I have done is in the libs folder, I have provided you with a loader.js file. And if you right click this loader.js file and if you open it in Notepad++, you can see here whatever code you have typed in main.js, like this const load.glf and what you have typed here, the same code is given to you as loadGltf. Similarly for load audio, a different return promise is declared here. You have load video, load texture and load textures, and all these promises, by importing these two components, all these loaders are created. So now this loader file is available as loader.js. So now what we can actually do even in our code is, because we already have created this, so I have already given you this loader.js in your resources. So I am now going to make use of this loader.js function, and so I am going to come to main.js, and first thing is I now doesn't want this import GLTF loader at all. I can delete it and I will directly import my loader. So what I will now do is I am going to import, and what I am going to import is in open close flower bracket, I am going to add this loadGltf. Where is this loadGltf? Inside this loader.js, you have this loadGltf. You have to use the same name, and this, from where are we going to import it? We are going to import it, the path I am going to give it in the inverted comma, that is in the same folder I have a libs folder, and inside that libs folder I have this loader.js. So I am giving the path to this loader.js file and I am going to end it with semicolon. I will select here from line 4 to line 11. I will select this entire content and I will delete it. So we doesn't need it now. So I am going to rearrange these lines. So and now I am going to go to file and save it. Now let us check this example again. So I will allow the camera to be used, and once, okay, so now the application is running, and when I hold the aeroplane image here, So you can see the aeroplane is appearing clearly. Okay, so we have made loading of one model possible, but if I take the B image and if I load it, nothing is going to happen. See, nothing is going to happen. So now in our code, the problem is we have only called the add anchor 0 and we haven't added anchor 1 and anchor 2 functions. And this part, adding different 3D models for different target images. This part we are going to do it in our next session. Thank you.